There was no water coming out. And then said, yeah, we're finished. And I said, so I just give you $1,200 just like that. And I said, yeah, it's gone. You're doomed. People of the internet, this one is a heart-to-heart conversation between you and me. In this video, we do not have any expert. You know, experts come and then they tell you information, but in this case, it's me telling you my own experience dealing with Zimbabwean companies. So what I need you to do now, take this video and then send it to someone who might need this information, or take them, or take the video, you download it, and then you share to as many people as you can. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm going to be doing this. I'll be sharing with you my experiences. Like I said, I am starting a new farm, new rural home. So before getting into this video, I was talking to my friend, and then he was saying, Kunda, you know what, I want to do projects. He's my friend, we grew up together. So you're saying, I want to do projects, but the problem is I've been watching your video and I realized there are so many issues that happen when it comes to boreholes. I've been following your story. And then he said, recently I've got another friend as well who tried to do this borehole thing. And then things went south. You understand? He's not like as soon as we because I get these questions a lot. People asking me, tell me, like, what really happens? You're always saying there's a problem with your borehole. What is it that is wrong? So let me tell you how it all started. So last year, I wanted to do this thing. You remember I did a video saying why I'm relocating to the rural areas. There's a video that I did. So I decided to go to the rural areas. And in this case, I decided to go to our farm. I didn't buy my own or get my own. I just had to go back to my roots. So first of all, if you want to have your own rural home, especially considering nowadays, for us, you understand, we are not going to be using the ways in which our fathers were, you know, the farming methods that they were using. We have to do something different. So for it to be a convenient home, you need to have water, a source of water and a source of energy. So this is what happened. I had to get a borehole. So first I had to look for people who can come and drill the borehole. So let me tell you something that I didn't know. So that's why I'm saying I'm giving you this so that you know when you are doing it, you don't get into issues where you have to pay a lot of money. So first of all, I had to just get someone who drills borehole. That's what I thought. You just get someone who drills borehole. So there's a guy who said, you know, I drill boreholes. Okay, let's go and do it. Then he said, you need 1,200. I said, okay, that's fine. Then we went. And this guy, he said, there's need for something that is called survey, geological survey. I'm like, isn't it included? And I said, no, it's a different thing. We can't just go and drill a borehole. We have to know where to drill. So there's a survey that needs to be done. I said, okay, that's fine. Said, and then he said, I brought the guy who is going to do it. And then I said, okay, that's fine. So as you were doing this, because we've got land that is like very big, you understand? So this guy was doing the survey, you know, he was using some, you know, those things. I don't know what these guys do. So he was going to this direction that he was going, and then he said, you know what, I don't want you to go that direction. I want you to go this direction because this is where I want to do my things. And then he was like, the guy who was doing the drilling of the bore, like the one who brought the rig, he was like, you know, you understand? You know, you should go this way because my car will get stuck when you go down there. And you know, I was excited, you know, like, yeah, so you're gonna have water. So I said, okay, yeah, you're the expert. Go and do it. And then they got to the place that they said, okay, we are going to do it here. The guy was not sure. To be honest, if I recall everything that happened on that day, I was asking him, are you sure we are going to get water here? And then he said, you know, we can't even find water, because he spent, I think, about an hour or so looking around for water. And then he said, you know what, I think we should just drill here. I said, okay, that's fine, if you say so. And then the guy came, and then they started drilling. So as they were drilling, they were going down, and then we got some rocks, all this, those blah blah blahs that happen when you're drilling a bore. And then he got to 40 meters. Pachipfumbuka huruva. 40 meters down. And then I said, so what do we do? And then he said, yeah, we're finished. I said, but there's no water. And he said, yeah, you paid for 40 meters. You understand? You paid for 40 meters, so if you want, we can go deeper. And I said, yeah, okay, go deeper. Then he said, give us money. These guys, what they do is they say, give me money first before I drill. So he said, give me the money. And I said, I do not have the money. And then he said, yeah, so we can't do anything. I was like, so what should I do? He said, yeah, there's nothing that you can do because these guys, they need money. If you don't have money, then they are not going to do anything. They will leave. And then they started, and I said, so I just give you $1,200 just like that. It's gone. And I said, yeah, it's gone. You're doomed. There's no water here. So one of the guys came to me and then he said, you know what? You can deepen this thing. Don't worry about it. You can deepen so that you can get the water. So I didn't have money. So we spent around 3 months looking for money because they had given me a quote. It was around $1,500 for me to do the deepening only. So we did the deepening. So this one, there's a problem that usually happens when you try to deepen a bore. Because bore, so when you're putting the musibizazi, it has to be straight. Because sometimes you can go this way or that way. They say when you're putting my cases, you start having issues. And this is exactly what happened to mine as well. These guys, when they were putting, and then I will tell you what happened, the problem that came with doing that. So after doing this, these guys said, when you want to do installation, you can connect with us because there are stages. The drilling, not drilling, what do you call it? The geological survey is a stage on its own. The drilling is a stage on its own. And then there is installation. So when I wanted to do installation, that's when I met Logos Solartech. These guys, they said, yeah, we can do installation for you. And then they came and then they put the solar system, it was a solar ball. So when it comes to the pump, it's for me, this thing of saying, namara. I then said, you guys give me a pump, cheaper. You understand? Then but they put the pump cheaper because, they were working with my budget. So later on, but I remember when we did it was around Mazaro, so we were like, maybe it's now sunset, so maybe there's not much power, so we'll just fix it. Maybe tomorrow we'll see how it's gonna be like. So the following morning, like a little, and then like it would take 3-4 days to not to fuel as such, to get even half per tank, up to 4 days, 5,000 liter tank. You understand? So I then, said, okay, because that's when I decided to start doing this thing of doing farming and all those things. But there was no water. I actually put some vegetables. I had to buy massacres, and then I had to get people to come and, prepare the land so that I can get into vegetable farming. But the problem was the water. And what then happened was, we wanted to change the pump. I think some of you, if you've been following this story, like Vamashuri, you know what happened. There was a problem with the pump because I had decided to buy a pump which is cheap, and also it was a 0.5 horsepower. The brand was WAC. Not the name of the brand, but it was bad. There's a bad, cheap brand that I used. So I then said, you guys come, let's change the pump. In fact, first of all, we didn't change the pump. The guy who came said we need to increase the solar panels. So we had, you know what I did now? I was like, okay, let me not, tell Logos Solatech, because I was like, these guys, when they come, especially these other guys, when they come, they will tell you, why would you do this? Hey, you were supposed to do this, and then they said, let's correct it. I said, okay, let's correct it. You understand? They were correcting what Logos did. You understand? Guys, when you're doing these things, that's why I always say, just connect with Logos, and then Logos will do everything for you. And what I would recommend is, quotation LP on a Logos. If they tell you it's $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, it's better to say, guys, I'll give you this money and make sure that you have my things in order. You understand? Because this thing of saying, so you telling me find someone else. Those cheap guys, they will deal with you ruthlessly. And that is exactly what these guys did to me. Not Logos, the guys that I found. My dad, he said, I've got these guys, this thing of, Anamdara. And then these guys came in. They said, we have to remove the control box. And then, like some technical issues. And they said, solar kure. Was our boy is here and then the solar is at home. You understand? They say, it's a long distance, you'll be losing power. They said some very, complicated stuff. And then they said, let's get you solar. So we had to get more solar panels, and then we had to get the stand. That costed around $700. Just that. And then we paid the $700. And then there was no water coming out. The water was coming out, but we still spent hours and hours, days for us to get even a quarter of a tank. It was not working. Then I was like, what then do we do now? And then they said, let's remove the pump. The pump has got a problem. So the day we wanted to remove the pump, that's when it got stuck. And this guy said, that means your bore is rakadirikira. You remember the day when I came and said, these guys told me, bore rakadirikira. And then I said, I have put so much money in this, I have decided to quit. So that's why I said, I am quitting and this. Then Logos, one day he said, Kunde, what's up? How are you? How is everything? I said, my guy, I decided to leave this thing. Then he said, Kunde, why did you do this? Why would you go to all these guys? You should have come to us. We should have. Then you know what Logos did? He said, I want to go and fix your ball. I want to make sure that you have everything. So you know what they did? They came and then they used, a lot of things happened. That's when we said, let's flash it. Because there's no flash when the ball is, there's no flash. So they came with a machine and then they removed the what do you call it? The pump. And then the flash one. That costed around $1,000 again. So this time we had to deal with this issue once and for all. So we finished the flasher, and then we had to put casing, more casings. So this boy has got three casings. We've got the double casing and we have another one. So this one had to be smaller, 110 millimeter. So can you see, I don't know, now I think maybe we're at around 5,000 the cost now. But this bow was not supposed to get to that. But it's because of the ignorance that I had. Trying to fix things on my own, trying to get this guy to do this, and then you find another one to do this, you find another one to do this. This one comes and then he blames this one, say this one, what he did is wrong. And this one comes and say, no, this one is the one who is wrong. What he did is wrong. You need to pay this. So these guys are always trying to sell you their things. You understand? So some of these guys, they would come and say, you know what, this one, they bought you, they gave you this pump. This pump is wrong. They were supposed to give you this pump. So we changed the pumps twice. But this time it was not Logos. Logos was doing the things. And then when something went wrong, we would go to other people and then say, they would say, let's fix it. And then they would try to fix it and then they will make it worse. You understand? They would try to do this, make it worse. And then Logos comes and then fixes everything. And then, you know, we try to do this. After some time, we try to do this. So this time, if you heard the videos, I was saying, you know, we are having an issue with water. This time, what then happened, you know, when Logos came, they came and then they gave us a 1.5 horsepower pump. You know, when you're doing this, you need to know. I wish I had the horsepower with me. I think I'll do a video with them so that you can get to know the numbers that are written on the horsepower, on the pump, so that you know you won't have issues. You understand? So that's what we did. They came, they changed the pump, and then everything was perfect. The pump was pumping out water, nice, everything was perfect. But the problem is the water now, not the bore or any system to do with the bore, but the water. That is the one that we are running out of. Remember, we didn't get water that came like, psh, we only get Madaka. We only got Madaka when we drilled the bore. Now, mvura ndo yapera. Not the pump, not the solar, not anything else, but mvura nderutopera in the bore. So after all these things, there is something that I have learned and that I would like to say to someone who is watching this video. If you are going to do something with your bore, you need to make sure that you work with one company. And of course, that one company, I will not say look for another company. I will tell you, look for Logos SolarTech. Logos will do the things for you. Everything from survey, drilling, casing. And don't try to look for other guys like what I did. Don't try to look for other people who say, this one is good at this, let him come and do this. These guys, you will never find even an electrician who comes to your house and say, this house was done nicely. Never. Even a builder. They will come and then they will say, you know, he was not supposed to do this. That's what they do, these guys. So you need to have one person, especially when it comes to bores. My advice to you is, if you've got a bore, because some of you guys have got bores with problems, my advice to you is, when you have a bore that has got a problem, just drill another one. According to my experience, if I had this knowledge, part time I can go drill 40 meters, rolamba, I should have just said, okay, sharamba. You understand? And then I do something else. You understand? Didn't lose 1,200, but also 6,000 like what I did. You understand? So I would say, once you have your bore, if you've got a bore, you don't need to call Logos and say, hey, Logos, you know this bore, 1979. It will be very, very expensive for you. Talk to these guys. Guys, I want you to drill a bore for me. How much is it? You understand? That is my advice. Bores are very complicated. You need to have people who will take care of you through thick and thin. So this is it, guys. If you've got any questions, my experiences and all that stuff, feel free to put in the comments. I'm gonna do videos. Some of the questions that you guys have. I'll be reading every comment. Let's do this. Let's build our homes.